And we live. What's good, everybody? It's Game Talk. I'm your host, Gangster. Y'all know me. I'm here with Brimstone,
Hi.
RevTech,
Hi.
and my boy Blue,
You already know who I am.
Baby
What?
Blue.
I said you already know who I am.
Blue the ghost? Oh shit.
Yes.
How everybody doing tonight?
Don't call me
Or
Baby
this
Blue, you
afternoon.
fucking commie.
I'm doing all good, bro. I'm doing all right. It's a little nipply here in Arizona, but good.
It's a little nipply out here in
All right.
California.
It's cold outside.
I got my Bang energy drink and named after my soon-to-be ex-wife's, nickname in bed.
Well, I just got sponsored by, HyperX, Feeling pretty good. $35,000, Feeling
Well,
good.
speaking of this stream is sponsored by Squarespace. You want a website or whatever Squarespace does.
Whatever You would be like the worst promo guy because whatever they say, you just do it.
I'll just
They're
read
paying
those
us
off.
good money.
What's up, Arrow?
Also, we're sponsored by NordVPN.
I was gonna say, I was just about to fucking say NordVPN.
Listen, we're sponsored by NordVPN. I know you guys, all of you guys are into those dirty websites.
Well, we're
like,
sponsored by KY, just for his and hers, for, Blue's action.
Yes. But this is a NordVPN sponsorship
I
because
think that
I
was
know
like
you
the
guys,
life
as
of
the
the-
viewers, probably watch some pretty raunchy stuff. Like you probably go to watch some really weird stuff
Just
like High
enter
School
code Blue
DxD.
in the chat, you'll get 2 years of, NordVPN or whatever. Just go to your favorite anime waifu site, you'll get plenty of discounts.
Listen,
Just enter Blue in those chats.
if you watch some pretty weird stuff like High School DxD, then you should be able to protect yourself from all those data downloaders. So yeah, NordVPN.
Fuck
That's
myself.
Whatever he said.
Yeah, for somebody who watches this with us, you got no room to say shit, bruh.
Disclaimer: that we're
What
not
about
actually
that
sponsored by
game though? What about that Raid Shadow Legends?
Raid Shadow. Yeah, I know the sponsorship time.
I heard that game was actually pretty good.
No, it's not. Shut up.
It's not.
It's not good.
Okay.
Raid Shadow Legends. If you want to pay $1 million,
This bully over here, man, being a bully to Brimstone, man. Jesus.
Right? I feel like his mom needs to come in the room and take care of my business.
He was just like, no, you may not like that game. Not in my house.
Yes, I forbid it. But no,
Maybe
if you
I'll
want
just go get the game now, just in Blue's honor.
If you want to pay $1 million and pay a pay-to-win piece of trash mobile game, get Raid Shadow Legends. There you go, done. That's our sponsorship. Disclaimer: we're not actually sponsored by any of these people, so they can't sue us. All right, that's it.
All right, so what's on today's docket, ladies
and gentlemen? Only me, of course.
Shit!
And Lentilman.
Holy shit!
Because we have a nice little listicle that we're going to be doing towards the end of the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned. If you are watching this, just put us up somewhere while you're playing your games. Just listen to what we have to say if you like that kind of thing.
Hey guys, after the show, Spotify, come check us out.
We are on Spotify, yes.
We're on several podcasting sites.
All right, we gotta ask these people. All right, we're gonna talk about Linkin Park's wife getting all this shit.
Well, let's talk about Halo Halo Combat Evolved coming to Game Pass and everything in January, possibly.
Does that mean PC?
What, Halo's coming to Game Pass on PC?
Yeah, Halo Combat Evolved. Yep.
Oh, okay.
What about the MCC version though?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. At least we're getting all the Halos now.
Yeah, didn't they? What was the article that beta testing is going to be starting up pretty soon?
Yep.
I mean,
interesting.
And then Firefight's going to be introduced into Halo Reach, so I'm cool with that.
When did Halo Combat Evolved first come out, though?
2001.
Okay.
It came out.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
It was a launch title. It was a launch title on the Xbox. Came out November 15, 2012. 2001. It originally was supposed to be a flagship Mac title for their upcoming Mac, which it came to the console first, and then it came to the Mac 6 months later. Originally,
I don't know. Like I thought I was gonna like Reach a lot more than I did
Me, my like
on
a common
PC.
evolve.
Yeah, I think nostalgia has blinded people to how those games actually played.
Well, I mean, the problem is they're old games ultimately.
They're really old
well,
games.
I would love it on the PC, but I'm more of a console kind of person when it comes to Halo. So Halo to me is more of a console thing than a PC thing.
And fair enough.
Well,
Yeah.
so like, I disagree with that premise.
Why am I not surprised?
I know, right? It's like I don't know. Halo on PC is better than the console version, just by mere controls. But
Well, yeah, of course. When they bring it to PC, yeah, it's gonna be remastered. But I'm talking like nostalgia reasons. I'm more of on the console side because I
okay,
played it the most on the console side. Of course, it's better on PC, but it doesn't. Still, controller reigns supreme on that side.
I
Any
guess.
Bro,
anybody?
like Reach players consoles are fucking raping keyboard and mouse players right now.
Yep, everybody that moved over to the PC version of all using controllers because it's automatic game assist technically.
So aimbot, basically.
Kinda, yeah.
Always Halo's been great with a controller.
Mainly because the aim assist shit where they basically add aimbot because yeah.
Oh fuck. Kill him, you
Sounds
idiots!
like you're a tad
Kill
salty.
him!
I just don't like how controllers have aimbot. It's really dumb.
Same.
Like I think controllers of aimbot. First off, like, are you actually really playing the game if you're just basically just press a button, the game aims for you though?
Well, even
I
with all that
agree.
said, even with that all said, I mean, I'm still a trash can at the game.
Oh
I can
Jesus.
even admit that.
Gotcha, bitch.
I think Halo in general on PC is kind of a little bit of a mess, especially trying to add people between the thing. And Microsoft didn't really clarify a lot of things going into the Master Chief Collection very well, in my opinion. I just personally think, you know, they could have just clarified a lot of things. Like a lot of people on the console side thought, oh, well, it's gonna be crossplay over with PC, and they actually put a roadmap out after the fact it was out to clarify the confusion, which it's only compatible with the Steam version and the Xbox app version.
That's what dumb has on crossplay. I doubt it'll affect players though because
Well, Microsoft already said they're working on crossplay for the Master Chief Collection, but they don't know when and where it's going to be released. They said
At
everything
least
they're
it's getting
doing in
it.
slow rollouts.
Did Reach get it or no?
No, they're
No.
not
Not
planning
yet.
on releasing crossplay for quite some time to it.
Yep.
I mean I think Halos will still probably be decently popular because everyone likes Halo. So
I don't know. Halo's dead than the Sahara Desert on console. Oh. And on PC
Well,
a
it's
little bit. It's
been
getting there.
around for, forever.
Well, that's
I
because
think people.
everybody's still playing Halo 5, dog. Like Halo 5 is still like the most played Halo right now on Xbox One.
it's really unfortunate that game's not coming to PC. The campaign did suck, but the multiplayer was actually kind of nice. So
I loved the multiplayer in that game.
Halo 5 had good multiplayer, bad campaign.
Bro, that's probably one of the most well, like I quit Counter Strike for that game, playing competitive. I got pretty high up on there. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, but does anyone really play? I was about to say, does anyone really play Counter Strike? But then I realized what I just said.
Yeah, they still do. Unfortunately, it's not Source. It's all fucking Go.
Because Go is where everyone's at, dog. I'm sorry, you're a
Source is
nostalgic
very
person.
good.
There's rumors of a new CS coming out though.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I mean, that's probably. I mean, isn't Go free to play now? So the new Counter Strike that will probably be free to play too.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
So
What's up, Arrow?
What's next, fellas?
Wait, what were we talking about? How do we start this?
Well, we
I
talked
don't know. I
about
figured you guys got the articles out.
well, we
figured-
talked about Halo. I mean, I'm pretty what's the next thing? Why don't we
Oh,
just
yeah.
get into our top games already?
Oh
I thought
yes.
I thought we were doing a listicle at the end of the thing.
Are we doing that at the end or are we doing that now?
I
No,
say
we're doing that. We're doing that at the end, right?
Don't matter.
I
to
mean,
me.
we'll probably
figured-
talk about those games though what we name. So I say we'll just let it sit a little bit more. We'll talk about more things, then we'll go to it. I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ryzen they're gonna be releasing old chips.
Refreshed with 12 nanometer.
Yep.
Who
Yep.
Intel is?
AMD.
No, AMD
Oh, what are they releasing?
first gen stuff.
First gen
re-release.
Ryzen refreshed to 12 nanometer.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll probably be for like laptops and stuff.
And if they
So-
do anything consumer, it'll be cheaper.
Yeah, yeah. That'll be cool.
So does that mean does that mean they're gonna also redo Epic and Thread or not?
No, they just said they're refreshing the first gen Ryzen processors.
Because they've been like silently refreshing their Athlon series.
Well, the reason why they're refreshing this line is because everybody's buying out all the older processors at the moment because they're so cheap in the price.
Yeah, that's
So
why
they-
everybody was buying Athlon for a while. Yeah.
Athlon's a good deal right now. The Ryzen Athlon series is pretty good for an entry level budget gamer computer type deal.
Fuck, where did that dude go?
But AMD, like I said, like literally has the market when it comes to CPUs. So I'm not surprised if they refresh the stuff, make it more energy efficient, and less wattage being taken up, and more efficient cores. I wouldn't pass them to do it, pass them on to doing it, and selling it to us for cheaper, or calling it a different series altogether. It's kind of like what Intel does in a lot of ways when they refresh a CPU every once in a while.
Yeah, except Intel
And-
doesn't change the process.
Well, Intel's re-releasing the Haswell line, so I'm not surprised AMD's doing kind of the same thing to counteract that. To counter them doing that for the price.
Yep.
Watch the gangster in a tunnel.
Right? Fucking creepy holiday elves coming after me.
Anybody here excited for Christmas?
I am.
I am.
Dude, I'm stoked for Christmas. Christmas is a great holiday. Family
Yeah.
comes by,
One of my
do
favorites.
shit, eat food, lots of food.
That's
The only
it?
time of year. No, it's the only time of year I actually get to eat really unhealthy shit, and I enjoy that.
That's it?
And then after that, we got gifts. I know, and I'm.
That's
happy
it?
with-
I
What's
go gift myself every day of the week if I wanted to.
No, but it's special.
Christmas
when
can
some-
happen every day.
Listen, I already got all the shit I usually want, so it's just the thing is I can basically get games for not games.
And I
that
get stuff my face all the time.
Yeah, but I'm. Oh my Jesus. Well, Rev, I do have to explain this to you that I want to maintain my health, so that's why I eat my normal food, and then Christmas is where I get to stuff my face. and
What's
eat
normal? Rice and beans, bro?
rice, chicken, steak, fish. Spice up a little bit. Maybe some pasta sometimes, but it really depends. Small portions, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
Christmas got burnt out in the middle of October, okay? They started playing music for Christmas in the middle of freaking October, okay?
Yeah, they did.
We're doing it early now. Like, forget Halloween, forget Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
let's
they
just
didn't even
have
wait for
Christmas.
Thanksgiving this year, man. That shit
No.
was nuts.
It's like Christmas, I'm good. I'm totally good. Like Christmas
love-
music, bleh.
Christmas
good.
is
Yeah,
good.
I'm good off Christmas music.
I mean, I don't know why you guys hate Christmas so much.
When we've heard Jingle Bell Rocks like
I don't
once,
hate Christmas. I don't like Christmas music.
You guys are
That's true. I
monsters.
don't really care. I don't really care for the music.
Yeah, I'm good.
Christmas is the day that I just, whatever family I got, I just look at them, collect my money, call it a day.
No, that's a little depressing.
It's like at the end of the day, you get to see that sloppy uncle that that you're like, oh yeah, hi, and then you go back to playing
You're
video
like,
games.
Uncle, I remember you. You told me my parents something. I just that is exactly. Better keep up on my end of the deal, motherfucker.
Oh no, man! Just Christmas is just the time period, just all the beautiful lights and just the Christmas air that's in the air. I don't know.
Christmas air.
Or the feeling, whatever the fuck you want to
Fuck.
call it. Point is, Christmas is a great holiday and
Do
the
you
best
still lay
holiday
out
ever.
cookies for Santa?
No, I lay out cookies for myself. Unfortunately, I'm not big like Santa, so I'm kind of out of luck there.
Oh, this is
I mean, as a kid, I used to
suck.
lay out cookies for Santa. Fuck you, asshole.
Did you also eat them too?
No, unfortunately, I didn't. I found out my dad would eat the.
Christmas is a day. It's another day for the shopping universe. That's it. You shop, waste a lot of money, and then put up a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but you're giving a gift to a loved one, and that has it has a meaning to it. So
It has meaning to it.
yes, it does. Buying a gift for my mom, dad, cousin.
I guess I
brothers, all
sound really
that.
grouchy with this one, but here I just put $50. Here's a card with $50. Thanks. I'm gonna go back to playing video games now.
Yeah, but there's I don't know. Rather, there's so much meaning to Christmas, though. Like,
Not really.
yeah, there is. It's just
Not really.
not really. Okay, whatever, Mister. Everything is subjective, man.
Subjective. I used to love Christmas, but Christmas is kind of a day that you just pass in the breeze with your family and you just eat and regret, and then you just trade money between each other.
And buy each other gifts because
Dude,
that's
Yeah, it was
you're
still fun though.
completely
Like
wrong.
it's like Christmas is a great time where you just forget all the bullshit and just have a nice day with your family. Like that's really all it's been for me.
I mean yeah, it's one of those times where just everything is normal.
Yeah.
But- and then we
Forget
can go
all the
back to each other the next
nonsense.
day.
Have a good meal, hang around, exchange gifts, and then watch a bunch of silly movies. Shit.
You need to see my expression.
I'm looking at your expression. I see it.
I could do that every day of the week. Hey, family member, want to come over, watch a movie, get nostalgia on?
Sure you can,
No
but
one,
it's an excuse for a party, dude. Oh man. I really love all these people that fucking get up on these holidays, and it's like, you guys, it's just an excuse for a party.
to have fun,
Yeah,
and also it'll give some of the kids something to do.
like
as a
the
kid,
life
I fucking love
sucks.
Chris.
Like,
I wasn't life sucks. I wouldn't.
oh,
say
it
that.
does. Life
I
sucks
could have a
all the
party any
time.
day of the week. Come over, drink beer with me.
Yeah, but you don't have an excuse for it. Like a lot of people,
Yeah, I do.
they need that
A lot of people
excuse.
can't just do that, Rev.
Yeah,
A lot of
You
people
know.
can't just be like, "Oh, let's go party this day again for it."
Yeah, they can.
They've never been to my house. I barbecue whenever I have company over,
Right?
dude. I'm like, don't worry, I'll cover the food. Let's just fucking you get the beer and we'll get fucked and tanked. And they're like, what's the occasion? I'm like, nah, it's because I can.
Yeah,
I have a house. I got a 2-story house with a deck on it. I think we should just enjoy it.
I mean, what? So should we just get rid of holidays? Oh, we shouldn't have a holiday.
Some people are not even religious.
Let me put it this way.
Christmas is not even that much of a religious holiday as anymore.
Some
No,
people,
not
Some
anymore.
people
Let
take
me
it. Some
let me
people
put
take
it
it
to
as
you
a
this
religious
way:
thing.
if you need a
course.
holiday to have an excuse to hang out with your family, you've got more issues than you could possibly realize.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's complicated
maybe.
to hang out with family. All my family, they're all working. Like I see my cousins all the weeks around, but not the adults. Like my mom, she doesn't get to see her sister and all her family all that often because everyone's working, doing all their bullshit. It's not all I often get to be. Oh, let's just throw a party, lol, because everyone's always working, doing their own stuff.
Why not do a Sunday brunch or a
Well,
Sunday
what about
morning
people who
drink?
don't? What about people who don't live near? Like, I got a lot of family that's back east and shit, and it's like they just aren't
Yeah,
gonna
I
come
know.
over
I
for a
get it. My
random.
family.
Well, but that's the thing.
Yeah. My
So, it
family
gives
all
them
live
an
in Phoenix. I
excuse.
get it.
Well,
it's Christmas. Let's come out for the
get
holidays.
The idea of Christmas, but I can go, hey, family member on the phone, you want to come out, stay the weekend? All right, let's do it. Party.
Oh, why are we all spread apart?
I don't know. Christmas just seems like a day I just pass gifts to people, and it's like it's the same thing every year. There's nothing different.
I mean, disagree with that. It's great. I don't know, man. I enjoy the time of the year. It's just like it's a family.
You
they're
can. I'm not
You
saying you
can.
can't. Like, obviously, go
and
ahead.
and all the bullshit is the best part is all the bullshit just goes away for one day. Like all the bullshit, all the stupid shit people
I
fight
don't know.
about every day goes away.
It depends on the person. Because
You've never been to my house, dog.
bullshit here doesn't go away.
Yeah, I know. Like, my family members, like, they hang on to shit.
Right?
Hey, Merry
true.
Christmas! Hey, you remember that fucking money you owe me? It's like, God, fuck you.
It's like that uncle you just run up into. He's like, you remember that one time you owed me some cash and I want it now? And it's like, isn't Christmas supposed to be like this joyous day? No, I want to be paid now. Give me 20s. Hurry up, faster.
And Christmas is a joyous day. I don't know. You're a Grinch who just doesn't enjoy happiness. So
He's a Grinch. I don't think he's a Grinch.
I enjoy happiness. It's just Christmas is not my holiday, and I'm not really that religious.
Christmas
a
is
lot
not
of
even that much.
people-
Christmas is not even that much of a
Some people
religious
celebrate it
holiday.
for religion. Some people go to church on Christmas and celebrate that way. Man.
Yeah, but Christmas as a whole has evolved from being a religious holiday, just like in Japan, dude. Japanese go hard on Christmas, but it's like nothing religious for them.
They go hard on Christmas,
They
and
go hard
like
on
their
every day
food
of the week.
choice is amazing. It's KFC, dog. Like they love that shit.
I mean,
KFC in Japan and Korea are like their holiday staples of food, dog. Like I thought that was awesome.
I mean, that's why I was making a point about Christmas. It is a religious holiday, obviously, because people celebrate Christmas, all the birth of Christ, all that stuff. But it's like it's more than that for like around the world, because there's a lot of people who are not Christian, like a lot of atheists. People who are atheists celebrate Christmas. They don't believe in God and are Christian, but they still celebrate the holiday.
Yep.
Like it's kind of just part of a thing now, because as you mentioned, Japan, they celebrate it and they're not religious really. So it's like you understand what I'm saying, or
Depends on the
Yeah, I get it.
person. I get it.
Well, yeah.
Depends on the person too. Not everybody is celebrating Christmas. I got friends that they just don't even recognize it as a day.
Bro, one of our boys the other day was like, "Well, we don't really celebrate this house." Damn.
I have a couple of friends that are just like, fuck Christmas. I don't care. It's just another day. Like, I'm grateful that you're happy.
Yeah.
Like, they don't view it as a day. They just view it as a day of, if they celebrate, they just go, oh yeah, you're just passing gifts and eating food. Oh, it's just like any other day. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty much. But whatever.
I think it's a great holiday, but I guess I'm in the
Yeah,
minority
I
here.
like it. No, it's 2-on-2. We got it blue. We'll hold it down.
I'll hold this down, of course.
And then they hype up Christmas way too early nowadays too. That's
That
another thing.
that
Yeah,
they do.
see, and that's where like
fuck.
Christmas is like, because I've worked retail, and I just got out of retail. It's been like about 2 years now, and when I was working retail, dog, like I was tired of the holiday before it started officially,
Right.
dude. Like, because they'd be putting up shit as soon as summer, dude, for Christmas holiday shit. We had Halloween decorations out 2 months before Halloween was even around.
Right.
Dog. It was like, what? And by the time Halloween got here, shit was already on clearance. I was like, what?
Yeah, that is.
And it's the same for Christmas. Dude, Christmas, they have that shit set up during Halloween.
Yep.
And it's like, what?
Or you hear Christmas music while it's Thanksgiving, and you're just like, what's
And
happening?
Christmas and Thanksgiving are really close by. That's the thing. At least in
Mhm.
America.
I'm just like, really?
In Canada, we have a nice gap, like a nice solid 2-month gap before Christmas, Thanksgiving. So
The only thing is good about Christmas is all the football that I get to watch, and the basketball. That's about it. That's Christmas to
I want-
myself.
I like watching Die Hard
I mean, it is a good Christmas movie.
because
So
that's a
it
Christmas
is-
movie, and everybody says otherwise can fuck off. Fucking fight me.
I don't know. Die Hard. I don't know on Christmas. Maybe some Judge Dredd. You know.
Can we talk about movies that are relevant to not ancient dinosaur movies?
This
Hey.
motherfucker.
Hey.
I'm sorry. Movies that you
Yeah,
haven't
don't you
watched. Let's
fucking
go through the
dare.
list. Let's go through that list.
Judge
Grandma's
Dredd
Boy
is a
still haven't
fucking
seen it.
classic.
Die Hard's a classic. I take either or.
That
I've
too.
seen Die Hard. Yes, I have. It's a Christmas movie that I have seen. Yes.
Have you seen A Christmas Story? Christmas.
Yes, I've seen a
We
lot of
watch that
Christmas
every year
movies.
too. Yeah, Christmas Story. That's a funny one.
Don't shoot your eye out now.
And what was it? Home Alone. Those are really good Christmas movies.
Man, I have not seen Home Alone in forever.
It's on Disney Plus. Hashtag
Oh.
not sponsored.
Yeah, Disney
Ooh,
Plus
Disney
can go fuck
Plus.
themselves.
I'm sorry, you lack joy. I know. Disney.
I lack joy. I'll say this on the like I've been calling Disney Plus a ripoff. If you don't have the movies or in your collection or anything like that, then I see the understand why people are buying it like it
Yep,
is.
same. That's why. That's why
And
I don't
I
have
understand that, but I don't understand their practices when it comes to series and how they're doing it. I don't understand that
Oh, I understand
at
it.
all.
It's just janky.
Right.
I think they're doing it because they don't want people. Because there's some people who just only want to watch Disney Plus for a certain show.
Right. Or some people, what I like about Netflix is the fact that, I could binge watch everything all at once and not go, oh, halfway through the series, where does it continue? Oh, wait, I got to wait until summer. Oh, and then like I'm disappointed. Then I don't watch it again because of that disappointment. But they're all doing the same shit. Disney Plus is wrapping up tons of shit, and now Viacom and Netflix are coming together to wrap up all the cartoon stuff, and you got HBO Max coming with all their shit that they're doing. They're pulling Rick and Morty off TV and fucking
Yeah.
I never
South
watched Rick and
Park,
Morty.
and they're gonna put it all into a paywall system. It's just
I
they're
mean-
going to the way of Disney Plus, and
I mean, they're
you know,
evolving. They're not staying stagnant. They're evolving. So
no, it affects
Yeah,
a
but
lot
not
of
in a
people.
good way though.
I'll say this in this way: not everybody has all the money to buy all these subscriptions.
yeah, everyone's gonna pick and choose, like everyone always did. I like these subscriptions a lot more than cable channels. So I'm fine.
Well, yeah, it's better than cable because cable it's an all-in-one thing, and you know it's either you get everything or you get nothing. But it's still kind of janky. Like I don't know. I don't think if I was running one of those companies, I would try and merge and offer as much as I possibly instead of Disney trying to do only Disney shit, I would be trying to merge and offer as much as I could with my service.
I mean, a lot of these.
That's what. Speaking on that topic, that's what Apple's trying to do. If you haven't read in the news, Apple Plus subscriptions base went up. The half of their shows are going up for Golden Globes, and they're adding live sports to the damn thing. They're partnering with.
Does
Yeah.
he have sports though? If I'm not
No,
mistaken.
not if you buy their. You have to buy their bundle package, and that's all through Hulu and ESPN Plus for $12. But the thing is, Apple's going to be offering it included in their package for $9, which is great.
So if you're a sports fan, I guess that's sounds like a deal for you.
Well, between Apple really, because I tried their trial and their morning show that they have going on, and some of the shows they got on there, I think it's better than some of the offerings out there. They really have a nice stack lineup of good shows for what you're getting.
I mean, that's what a lot of these companies have, though. And I like it, sorry. I think that I know, like we mentioned, like maybe people don't like it, but I think the streaming service makes more competition, which makes things better. At least that's what
Yeah.
I think, at least.
You're not
I
wrong.
It's
agree.
much better than cable. Like,
Well, that's
in
the
terms of
thing.
competition.
It splits up the competition instead of
Yeah,
them all
yes and-
competing
yes
within
and no.
cable.
Yes and no. Like cable, like in certain stents, like I have DirecTV still. Buying all these subscription bases when I can get it all included in one package is a little bit better to me.
Sure,
Because
if you want all of it. But if you don't want
Yeah.
all of it, then that's the thing. Before
and
this,
plus I live with somebody that's old school that does not want to conform themselves down to streaming because that person has heard the downsides of streaming. You don't get everything. So if you got the a la carte going on, which you have with DirecTV, and you try to branch out to streaming channels and movie stuff, it gets expensive and it racks up. I've looked into this and it gets expensive. It gets
Yeah.
more expensive than what you're paying if you want the same type of quality that
Well,
you
see, that's why I have like a number of. I mean, all my services. I got a lot of and they don't even come close to my Dish Network bill. Like my Dish Network bill was like almost $300, and it was ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could do 5 or 6
Ahí
subscription
sabe cómo conseguir
services.
el látigo.
Dude, I've got like 7 going, and they're barely like $30 a month.
Llevo rato queriéndolo.
Oh, cocksucker, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'll give an example. In my house, my parents have officially cut cable. Like a month ago, we officially cut cable. You know what?
Finally.
And my parents, I'm almost like happy about. Like, you know, like my parents talk about we saving $300 now. It's great.
Well, especially
Well, see,
yeah, if
you
you
guys,
want.
I don't know. You guys are paying way too much, obviously, for cable because I wasn't paying. I'm not paying that much right
Well,
now.
that's the thing. It depends. You know, if you don't have any sports packages, any movie packages, anything like that, and you just got like the basic
I have
80 channels.
HBO. I have HBO and Stars, and I'm not even paying anything over $100.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
But I'm getting also too on the side of that. I'm getting HBO Max and Go included in that, which is a win-win for me because a lot of the HBO stuff I can go back and watch on demand, like, you know, Game of Thrones, that I need to sit down and watch because a lot of people have told me it's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Not really. Actually, it's a yes or no. I can't really. It's complicated.
Wait, what is it?
Game of Thrones, a lot of people have told me to
Oh,
sit down
yeah,
and
it's
bench watch
beast.
the
It's
shit out of
beast.
it.
Watch it. It's beast as fuck.
It's complicated.
Well, I'll take it from somebody. Okay, Brimstone, what would you say?
It's
Okay.
beast as fuck. That's what I say. It's beast as shit. Like, it is probably the most savage fucking show I've ever watched in my life, dog.
Because right now I'm enjoying Watchmen. I've been watching the shit out of that.
I'm not
Yeah.
listen. I'm not saying it's a bad. Like, I'm not saying Game of Thrones is bad. But I'm saying like Game of Thrones is a very mixed bag. Like, in terms of the quality, the first 4 seasons I think are the best in all of Game of Thrones. Like the first 4 seasons, and season 5 is decent. Season 6 was like pretty decent as well. But as soon as we get to season 7 and 8, the quality just drops off a cliff, like completely.
I don't know. I still don't think 7 was all that
But
bad.
see,
No,
I don't think.
see,
I don't
hold
think.
on,
I don't.
hold
7
on,
wasn't all that
see,
bad, dog.
No,
What are you
7.
talking about,
Well, no,
dude?
7 had redeeming qualities.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe.
Eight
I
doesn't.
hold
That's
on.
the difference. 7 had
Hold
redeeming
on,
qualities. 8 did not.
Yeah, digital will be the future. I just don't see it right now for my needs. But down the line, if I moved out of my home that I'm in now, then probably digital I would go.
We do read
just
the live
because
comments,
packages-
CT. It just
I'm
might
back in
take
a
us a
second,
minute.
Sorry.
Sorry, CT, for not getting to your comment, dude. But I'm kind of doing the digital services now, really. Spotify, really. Xbox Game Pass. I mean, you know, I'm kind of becoming that way. Game Pass is a hell of a deal. You get, what is it, Brimstone, 400 games now? For $9 a month?
So, are they making the ultimate work between the 2 platforms, right?
Right, yes. And if you already have Ultimate and you already have like 6 months, like let's say you get the deal right now, it's going on with, you know, the rewards that you get for Microsoft. You get if you add regular Game Pass to it, it just it upgrades it to Ultimate Game Pass anyway. If you already have an Ultimate Game Pass subscription and you go and you, let's say you buy accidentally you go out and buy a Xbox Game Pass, right? They just include it part of the Ultimate Game Pass. It just extends it. It's really cool. I found that out a couple of months ago because I had some Xbox Game Pass sitting around in my room, and I added it, and it migrated it into Ultimate Game Pass. So that's why I have Game Pass until August of next year. Game Pass is a hell of a deal. If you're looking just to get some games for your PC right now, let's say you're a new PC gamer, just grab on that, and you have plenty of games. Get like
Yeah, they keep trying to throw Age of Wonders at me right now.
That's a
They're like, Age of Wonders 2 is up, play it. I'm like, I thought about it 'cause I played the first one. So, and that was
How
a
you
whole
doing?
game.
How you doing, CT Gaming dude? How are you pumped up for the holidays? And maybe I'm just doom and gloom on Christmas. I'll say this because I don't have very much family, and it's just 2 people in my house, like me and my mom, and that's about it.
It's gonna be tough for us this year because my brother just moved out to East Coast, so
it's
it's
What
only
the
gonna
fuck
be
did he move
5
out
of
there
us.
for?
Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't know, but whatever.
hey man,
That's his
He was
business,
living
right?
with you or what?
No, well, I mean he was living in town. Yeah, it's not like he was living with us or anything, but he was only a few miles down the road. Now he's fucking across the country, so he couldn't make it to Christmas this year, or Thanksgiving actually.
I couldn't live out where most of my family's at in Brooklyn, New York, because they have to shovel
Oh.
snow and shit all the time.
Fuck, yeah, fuck Brooklyn, man.
Fuck that, snow plow that shit. Fuck that. They're like, you want to come down to New York since you don't have anybody in California? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't know you guys very well, so yeah, no. Well, it's fun. There's tons of snow and stuff. And I said, I've seen snow in my life. I've been to Canada, where it's
Right.
20 below zero, negative, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
no.
I'm all about that life. Give me that snow. Give me that 0 below. Give
Oh,
me
God.
the hyperthermia fucking temperatures of going
Fuck
out
that.
and checking my mail. Dude,
Hey
give
man,
it all to
I am
me.
the opposite than gangster. I can wear like when I was out in Canada when it was negative 21 outside. I was out with board shorts, a tank top shirt, and flip flops, and everybody was looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "This feels great. What are you talking about?"
Fuck that.
I can't stand heat.
Oh yeah, give me the heat.
Yeah, you're a tropical paradise
I'm
kind
a
of.
tropical person.
Yep. I couldn't do it. I gotta be where it's like 60 degrees at all times, like 60s, like 75 would be the highest for me. Anything higher up than that, I start like not liking it. And I wouldn't want to live in the Midwest because of the tornadoes and shit.
Have you checked your ammo?
Oh, and in the coastline because of hurricanes.
What, you're not a Katrina fan?
No,
I
hell
thought
no.
Katrina played great last year. No, just kidding.
Oh, dude, shut the fuck up. Oh my god. That's terrible. People out of their phones and shit. Man, you're savage, man. Come on.
Play of the game.
Oh my god.
Okay. So to wrap things
You remember that Katrina that wiped out
God
mass,
damn it,
mass
Pete, I almost like
areas?
fucking shot that shit all over my monitor when you said that. Oh my
Jesus.
god. Oh.
I'm already waiting for the negative
Fucking
comments to
hell.
come in now.
Play the goddamn game. Oh, dude, I just almost shot fucking Bang energy drink all over my monitor when you
Oh
said
my
that shit,
God.
dog.
area.
Oh, that was great. That was funny.
Also, right now, guys, if you're looking for great deals right now, deals galore is happening right now with AMD processors and some Intel processors. So if you're looking at building a new PC or getting it pre-built, actually, me and Brimstone were looking at this the other day. Some of the pre-built stuff literally on sale for a really good price. So if you're looking at
Some of
getting
that
it,
shit looks pretty good.
some of the
that shit looks pretty
refurbished
good.
Ryzen AMD stuff from HP literally on sale right now with a Ryzen 2700. We saw like a build for like 500 with a 2700 in it.
Yep.
Literally, some good deals. Slap a GPU in there, spend like $600-700 at least on on the side. I mean, not on the side. You spend $200 more, it becomes $700,
Yeah.
which is still a hell of a deal. Buy yourself a 590, slap it in there, you're golden.
Or 5700X. What was it?
There you
$300.
Yep.
Not a
So
bad
right now,
deal.
like gaming monitors, everything is on sale currently. Like really good sales, and they're probably gonna drop below quick too. And also the Xbox dropped in price too. The all digital edition, you can get it for like $130 right now on sale.
Wow. That's a hell of a deal.
Microsoft's throwing the deals. Also, a lot of their controllers went down in price too. By like $30, $30-40. Still pretty worth it.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see here. Let's see here. What else on the docket? Chester Bennington's wife wants 50%, gets 50% of Linkin Park's royalties.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. She don't deserve it. She
What, you
doesn't
mean
deserve any
she
of it.
wasn't writing the songs or performing them? You don't say.
Well, anything that he had.
No,
in
she was too
fake-
busy fucking his best friend behind his back for all these years. But whatever. Okay.
You know?
Well, she's entitled to it. You got to remember, what's his is hers, right?
Yeah, evidently Mike Shinoda thought the same shit.
Fuck.
Speaking of Linkin Park, when are they coming back ever? Probably not.
Shit. That ain't never gonna happen.
Yeah, no, that's a huge no. That's not gonna
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
happen.
That was a Linkin Park song, right? I'm not tripping.
Yes.
All right.
In the end, it
Yes.
doesn't even really matter. I think that's how the lyrics go.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
Fuck is this last enemy? There we go. Oh, there was the Mary Sue article about how do you talk about female characters you don't like when you're feminist. I mean, how best timeline ever. I'm just saying. Because after all these people bitch and whine and complain that female characters are given passes and that people only like Rey because she's a feminist icon, and yet, even though she's a total Mary Sue, and yet now the Mary Sue comes out and basically admits that they'll say good things about a female character just because she's a female character, and they have to because they're feminists, not because they actually like the character.
Must close the pod very soon.
For shame, dog. For shame.
Right? Where's the? I need my bell. Ding ding. Shame. I need to get a bell and just have it right there waiting.
Fucking, it's so stupid, dude. Like, what was that? What was it we were talking about the other? I think it was part of that. Their feminists were saying trying to enjoy a show as a feminist.
Oh yeah, that was a little while ago. There was a little while ago, quite a while ago. There was a parody done by Babylon Bee or one of those where a feminist turns off her feminism and just enjoys a TV show or a movie for 2 hours, and obviously it's ridiculous and everything. But then there was I think it was by Anita Sarkeesian, but it might have been or not Anita. What was the other one? The sex ed chick.
Yeah.
The one that
I
could
think I know
started getting dicked down by Chris Reagan.
Oh, Lacey Green.
Lacey Green, yeah, it might have been Lacey Green, but I can't remember. Either way, they either wrote an article or made a video on how they're so tired of looking at everything through a feminist lens, and sometimes they just want to turn that off and watch something without analyzing it through feminism. Like you guys are literally you've become the parodies of yourselves that people always used to say was so ridiculous, and now here you are.
Forgot to mention the Xbox got a rename.
Which one? The new one?
The new one got a rename. It's just going to be called the Xbox.
Oh Jesus!
And you know what bothers me with that is people didn't understand the people don't understand why they called it the Series X. I get why they did. Most people are moaning and groaning over it because the next series that they're going to release is the Series S. So you have the Series S model, which is going to be their low-end model, and then the Series X is going to be their high-end model. Kind of like what the iPhone does. Or Samsung does, where they
They're
put
all
a plus
around
on
me.
it. I just think it wasn't smart. Why is Microsoft condemning down to what people are not?
I don't think they're very smart with naming to begin with, but
Yeah, I mean, there's a point there.
Xbox One X. The fuck were you thinking, Microsoft?
The Xbox One X, I got why they did it.
I know why they did it. I get it. It's meta as fuck, but it's still stupid.
Well, then why was there the Wii to the Wii U,
At least that's some sort of progression. I don't know.
Bonjour. Come and get
Yeah,
your of
I
trade.
mean, I see it. I can see it, dog.
But what are you gonna do?
I just think these
Yeah.
companies need to stop conforming themselves to, what everybody is saying online and just roll what they believe in and stand behind it. You know what I mean?
I can see that.
Because
I mean,
what's
that
next?
would be a
What's
good
next?
idea.
Oh, it can't be vertical, so they're going to try to make it vertical. Are you kidding? Like, obviously you don't know why it's standing.
Very true.
I don't know.
Is Blue still gone?
I have to power down the pod.
I don't know. Blue here.
I'm back.
Blue-
What's next on the docket? Sorry, I'm back. I had to go help my mom with the groceries.
I don't know, Blue. I think the Xbox
Sex was a
the
great name.
Oh, I think it's a great name. I hope they would they have Pornhub automatically installed in that. But ignoring that, what had happened? Did I miss anything? Because
No.
Not really.
All right, what's next on the docket? If we have any, that's just still there.
Hello, Blue. You're not playing a game. Look something up. So check out
you're
the.
I thought you guys already had articles.
I know. Well, I can't access them right now, so somebody else is gonna have to do it.
All right, Fallen
Oh.
Order is getting a sequel. Let's talk about
Well,
The
but
Fallen Order
supposedly.
is- Oh, that's kind of
Supposedly.
cool.
That's cool, I guess.
I mean,
I
it's a
mean,
yes or no
everybody says-
thing, and
Everybody says Fallen Order is a great game, so you know.
Yeah.
it is. You should buy it. But ignoring that,
Resident
know
Evil
me.
3 Nemesis, the Resident Evil 3 remake.
Is it
yeah,
really?
because
Yeah.
that's what these games are. Like the Resident Evil 2 remake, I think it's Resident Evil 2 a remake. Yeah, so. I mean,
Oh, there's a Brimstone. There's a holiday event going on for Mortal Kombat 11 with the towers.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man.
hold
so,
up.
yeah.
I gotta ask him about the remakes real quick. Are these remakes like the old games with just a new engine, or are they like remakes of the original story?
It's pretty
No,
much
they're
building
actually-
the grain.
They're going. No, it's cool. Yeah, they're redoing the graphics like quite a bit.
No, man.
What
Like,
they're
is it
doing is
redo
they're
the
building
story?
the game. They're the same story, but they're rebuilding it from the ground up.
Because I remember people telling me a Resident Evil 2 remake's ending was different than the original.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know. That's what someone told me. I'm not sure.
What they're doing with these games is they're doing a retelling of the story and they're building it from the ground up.
I mean, yeah, because I haven't played Resident Evil 2 remake, but I've heard that's really good. So. But Rev, did you guys
Damn,
say you have something
guys
about the
need to get
Rocket
on my
League
level.
community?
Well, Rocket League community, what is it? A dumpster fire? Yeah, it is a dumpster fire, and I can't believe people keep telling me that we're gonna uninstall the game and not support the practices, and then they go
And
reinstall
yeah, they
it.
do it. I know that's. I have so many people in this Discord, by the way, I can say that about.
Yeah, same.
I am
Uh,
not.
Certain people that have
In
gone
the
on rants about Rocket League for about a fucking hour straight and saying how horrible it is, and 5 minutes later, after that hour, they're like, "Hey, you guys want to play Rocket League?"
Okay, so on Twitter, right, you have people that are complaining about this game, and I went on Twitter and I said, literally, I uninstalled it, and I'm gonna keep to my word. I'm uninstalling it until they fix their shit and get on the right page with the community. They don't know what they're doing. $54 for a car? You're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, people
$54. And
and
people are
people should-
paying for this. Get this on Twitter. People are paying for this shit and loving it.
People should be
So-
fighting back against it. Like,
Let me get
Fuck
this straight.
people.
So you just want the KY and the fucking dildo, and you just want it in your ass. I get the understanding. I get the principle of it. Like, I understand that, I get it. Rocket League's your life, and you want to spend thousands of dollars of your money. I get it, but I'd rather spend that $54 on like a beautiful new SSD
or a new game.
or a new game, right?
Yep.
A lot of the Steam Winter Sale guys just started.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's like-
great.
it's kind of funny. The Steam Winter Sale happens, and then everyone's ignoring Epic. As Epic's like, we're giving away 12 total, and everyone's like,
Me and
no
Brimstone
one
said 12,
cares.
12 games, man. Me and Brimstone were talking about that. You jumping
I'll
on that,
claim 'em.
Brimstone?
Yeah, I'll claim them. Fuck it, dude. I already have
I'm
it
not
on my.
claiming them. I'm not
Yeah,
claiming them.
I won't
it's
have
treason.
Epic on my computer. I'm good.
Well, I think Rocket League is kind of, going through what we like to call going through a downroll spiral. And I think people are not accepting the fact, if I don't understand the logic, if you don't like the practices, uninstall the game and be done with it.
Yeah,
Well,
that's-
I put so many hours into that game. I still need to play it. It's like, no, you're supporting bad business.
No, if you want your game to be good, you can't people need to learn this. If your game that you love is doing bad shit and you just pretend that the piss is good, like what the fuck's like you're not gonna fix your game by doing that.
You can't have the double-ended. You can't have the
A double-ended dildo.
a double-ended sword, and you can't have it both ways. You can't be moaning and groaning about a video game, right? And say I'm gonna
Oh, dude.
uninstall it, and then uninstall it for a week, and then go, oh, why? I showed them. It doesn't work that way. How does that work? Like, I uninstalled it and I'm keeping it uninstalled. I'm not shelling out money to a company that doesn't give a shit for me. but what is it, Panic Switch and what is it, Psionics?
The
They can
game
go
that
eat-
cared about their community, supposedly.
Supposedly. Well, Panic Switch is the guys that do the developing for it, or no, yeah, they do the porting and whatnot for them. So it's not really Panic Switch's fault. It's more Psionics, and you know what? Psionics sold
And
out,
Epic.
and Psionics sold themselves out. I'm blaming more Psionics than I am Epic.
I will blame
Because-
Epic because they're bad.
I'm blaming Psionics more because they took a bad business deal.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're the ones that said yes, right? Like,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
knew what the bad shit's gonna be, and they were like, okay, fuck it, we're gonna go ahead and sell our community up the street. Like, fuck.
Now
that.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this real quickly on Rocket League. I'm saying this now, and I know I'm probably gonna be right with this one. And Rocket League community get pissed off more. They're gonna pull the game off of Steam. And when they go free to play, they're gonna pull it off of Steam,
What,
and
put it
they're
on
gonna give
Epic?
you a one. Yep. Epic owns it.
Yeah,
So
but they
they're gonna-
can't. But they can't remove it from your library. If
No,
you already bought
yeah,
it,
I don't.
because
I don't think they'll be able to take it
They
off
are
Steam.
not allowed to take it from.
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
well,
because
what
that's
they'll do is
that's
no,
property.
they'll do the Destiny treatment with it. They'll let you convert it over to Steam for free. I mean, Epic launcher for free.
No, but it's different on Battle.net, I think, than how it was on
Well, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I know they're gonna pull some shady shit like that. And I know.
Steam probably won't allow it. Steam's not gonna be like you can't like Steam might be like you can take it off sale, but you can't take it.
Well,
from
if it's
people's
going
libraries.
free to play, look at Turkov. Look at all the
Escape
people
from
that
Tarkov,
look
you
at
mean?
all.
Yeah,
you-
but if
look at
but
all the
if you
people
have
bought it.
but if you have Tarkov on your Steam library, you can still play it from your Steam.
Yeah.
Tarkov can't just go in there and be like, "Oh, we're ripping this from your library," because that's stealing.
Right.
Wait, hold up.
Well,
Let's
you
go-
know
wait,
it's Epic Games, and you know it's Psionics. You know they'll pull some shady shit.
Wait,
to
hold
put
up.
on Steam.
Wait, hold up. Is site? I got a question from Escape from Tarkov. Sorry, we're switching here real quick, but I thought it wasn't on Steam though. Escape from Tarkov. You had to go for some third-party shit on some website.
Yeah, you do.
That's
now.
what he
You-
was talking about.
Yeah,
That's what he
you
was
do
talking
now. Yeah, it
I thought
originally was
before-
on
I thought it
Steam.
always was that.
Get back to work.
No, it always
Yeah,
was
not
on
from-
Steam. You were able to buy it and play it.
Oh, so did they just move to their own website then? I guess.
They moved to their own launcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's whatever. I guess.
And a lot of people were upset about it because a lot of the people thought it was on Steam and they're trying to go buy it right now and they're realizing, oh, wow, okay.
I mean, if you still own it on Steam, they're not. You can still play on Steam and everything. So it's not
Right.
like if you.
Right.
That's different. I feel like that's different.
Well,
Like,
we all know this is Epic Games and we all know it's Psionics. We all know what they're gonna pull. They're gonna
Yeah,
pull
but-
some shady shit at the last minute, the 10th
but
hour.
what can they do though? Like they can't just be like, oh, we're taking Rocket League from your
Watch.
app library. They
They'll make
legally
it
can't do that.
non-playable. They'll make it non-playable on Steam, where you launch it, and what it'll do is it'll force you into the Epic Games launcher, or you just won't be able to play it.
Yeah, they've
mean,
done that
I
with a bunch of
wouldn't-
games before.
I
mean,
wouldn't
it is
be
what it is.
surprised if they went that way.
Sure, but whatever. I mean,
Maybe it depends though, because like how I think they gotta worry about PR when it comes to do that. Like, if they basically try to be like,
It's
we're-
it's Epic Games for you. Like I said, you know, I like some of their practices and some of it I don't. And this is one of the moments where I'm like, Epic Games dropping the ball, and they know they're dropping the ball because they know this game franchise is making them billions of dollars, and
No.
they're just gonna
I-
fuck the end user.
I disagree. I don't think Epic has really done anything good, like for PC gaming or anything. Like, I'm anti-Epic all the way through. So
Perfect.
What
They
I'm
didn't-
saying is, I'm
They
saying
didn't help create, some of the best shooting genre in the world. But
yeah, I mean like how they killed Unreal 4. Yeah, I know. Or not? What's that shooter that Pete loves? But they made it terrible.
Unreal Tournament.
Unreal Tournament. That was time. I mean how they made Unreal Tournament a bad game.
Well, getting
But-
back
like-
getting back into what I was saying about Rocket League, I just think people on Twitter and whatnot that were sitting here throwing pitchforks and knives at Psionics wrote long paragraphs. We're not going to support this game. You got to have, and I said this on Twitter. You have to.
Backbone.
What was that?
Have backbone.
Well, no, you can't have your 1 foot in the door. You got to be all the way in.
Make your choices.
Like that's why Rocket League's getting the shafting that it's getting, because what they do is they lowered the prices, but it's still outrageously expensive. And I get told all the time by Rocket League players, they justify it to me. And it's like, so $54, you're okay with that for one car and a skin?
If they really want that, I say at a certain point, if they're just gonna get fussy and they say I'm okay with this, and I say just give them, the just give them what they
Well, I
want,
get
good
what
and
they're
hard.
trying to do.
You know?
They're trying to go to the CSGO system. I see it, where you could sell things off to the side and make money off of that. And then they're also trying to do the whole, they took the loot box. What was wrong with the loot box system to begin with? I didn't understand their loot box. Their loot
The whole
box
EA,
system.
so the whole thing with EA trickled down. Like it affected everybody that did.
Why
loot
can't
boxes.
games just be? I mean, they had the perfect system. They literally in place.
know.
They had the Overwatch system, which was fine. They gave you the option.
I
Either you
agree.
can buy loot boxes, or you can grind the game out to get them. And now it's literally Rocket League. I just, I paid money for it. They're going free to play, and I'm sitting here going, I grind out with you, Brimstone, for the longest time, competitive. The game is fun to a certain extent. It's not for everyone, and it's just like I'm watching favorite games of mine going to shit in a matter of seconds. Buy out by big companies, and I'm gonna start seeing this more often. Or they'll make the game, or they'll get bought up by a big company, and the game will just become ordered dog shit, and it'll become
you've seen that
unoptimized.
I mean, that's happening to Blizzard right now. Funny enough.
Yep.
I know
Not
you
wrong.
disagree with me a little bit when it comes to Blizzard stuff, but I think Blizzard's getting down to that path of Rocket League is at right now.
Nice work.
They're not charging $54 for a loot box out of the gate.
Nice.
Obviously,
No, but there is no way to get the skin without doing loot boxes.
Yeah, that's any game really. I mean, you can't get
No.
away from
At
it.
least we can earn the fucking skins through a loot
Right.
box instead of getting a loot box and getting a print for a skin and then spending $54 to unlock said skin from the print.
Right?
That is the dumbest
Or
shit.
you have to buy the print, right? So you have to get the credit to buy the skin, right? Then you have to unlock the skin. Unlock the blueprint and then pay for it. So you're double paying for something that you shouldn't have to. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's why I said it'll happen to Blizzard eventually. Right now, they're kind of doing fine. Overwatch 2 is getting a Yankee territory.
Well, you're
but-
going to watch a lot of these big games go to that way. I mean, they're just going to try to modify the loot box system so they can make more money off of us because they think we're cattle at the end of the day. We're rolling in money bags. You remember like 10 years ago, they were talking about price hiking video games
Port's closed.
up to $100 a piece.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
That didn't work out because, everybody will just stop playing games and vote with their wallet and be done with it. And companies
Hopefully.
will just go out of business. So they think this way is a good idea. Like let's butt rape everybody and call it a day. It's
Well,
the
the
same
Rocket
thing.
League
It's the same
community-
thing with Bethesda with their fucking shit. Look at a Fallout 76.
76, yeah.
Yeah,
Fallout
but
76 is
game-
a shit show.
That game's
And
not
yet
doing
people
so
are
well.
still people are playing it though. That's the funny part. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
like-
but not as much.
Not
as you
many,
think it is.
yeah.
Like,
No,
Not many.
no. But like I'm still looking at it as that situation that Ark Survival.
Oh,
like
God.
that's a shitty fucking game, dude. And there are people by the droves playing it. I'm like, dog, they
Okay.
literally ripped you guys off with
Okay.
3 season passes that they said there will be no more DLC after that.
Brimstone,
And they
I
brought
will
out
admit-
more DLC for a super
I-
inflated price.
I will admit to you, I did play Ark for a while.
That's fine, but I
I
don't.
played.
but
I played it. I paid $12 for the damn thing, and then I
But
got
these
kicked
are
off
members of a
the
community
fees.
that say that they don't like to support developers that rip people off, but that's exactly what they do. That's what the
Right.
games are playing. I'm
When
like,
the
dude,
game-
like, what?
I'll put it this way: I played it for 4 months, and I stomached the
Technical
unoptimization.
problems.
Yes, I stomached it because I had friends that were
Bro,
playing. I'm a nice
that
person.
shit is atrocious on console. And one of my boys,
Look at Atlas. Look at Atlas. Atlas is even
Out-
worse.
dude, Alice is even worse, and the community is still sticking up for it, dog. I'm like, why?
I got it gifted. I got it gifted to me, right? And I played 5 minutes, right? Okay, I will say this.
Enjoy your expensive asset flip that's broken. Jesus.
Right. So I launched into the game, right? Within 5 minutes of being in there, I played 15 minutes grand total, right?
Yeah.
I have never uninstalled a game ever in my life so quickly. I landed into the water, glitched out, got eaten by a shark or some type of fucking fish, and then I glitched out again for the same shit to happen. I went, oh, I'm uninstalling you. This game is trash. And my ping's at 300. Sitting, game's trash.
I mean, I could see why some people would try to defend it. Not saying I would, by the way, but the thing is, the type of game that like Ark, so I'm gonna tell Ark in this category. The type of game Ark, Survival Evolved is. If that game was more optimized and wasn't scummy, I'd be playing the fuck out of that.
Their
to be
best
honest.
game made by their sister company was Dark and Light. And Dark and Light was made by Snail Games. And it was optimized. It ran so great. And I'm like, this game is really fun. Then they released Atlas. They stopped working on this game and turned it to an unoptimized piece of shit. And then they released Atlas, and I refused to buy a game because Ark, I saw the writing on the wall. I'm like, nah, you fool me once, you're not fooling me again. And everyone's like, oh no, it's great, man. You should play it.
The
And I
type of
said-
game.
Go for it.
The type of game Ark is, though, I can see why a lot of people want to try to stomach it or try to defend it because they like that type of game.
Well, I stomached it because my friends were playing it, and I was being nice. I wasn't gonna trash on it.
And their friends too, like friends plus the type of that type of game they like.
People
So-
would buy one game per year if it was like that. Yeah, I agree with you, Arrow, with that. If the games were $100, I don't think I would be able, between upgrading things in PC, when we have issues with our PC, or buying subscriptions to our favorite platforms for music, game stuff. That would just be nickeling and diming the consumer at that point. It would be difficult to support our hobby.
Well, whatever happened to Epic Games taking a smaller cut, and therefore games are going to get cheaper? And yet I still see the same prices on Epic Games that I do on Steam.
60 or $80 Canadian or whatever.
Yeah,
it is in
60 US
Australia.
for a new game. It's like, wait a
Why
minute,
don't
I
we-
thought the
why don't
whole
we talk
point.
about something positive for gamers? How about good old games Galaxy 2.0 that's in open beta right now, everybody can get? Positive note.
I mean, that's good, but I think Pete was making a good point though. That another
no.
broken promise. Yeah, I think we should choose a positive. So, like, how's this new GOG Galaxy 2.0 thing gonna work?
I haven't downloaded. I've just heard from everybody that they love it.
I've heard it unifies your games, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm too used to the Steam layout, so I'm not sure like how it would work for me.
Well, for people,
Well, it's
that
just like
don't
how
have
Steam
server
works.
launchers.
It works
Understandable.
exactly like no. Well, you still have to have those launchers though. It's not like you can launch the games without them. But
It's more it's manageable.
management,
More manageable.
yeah, that's fine. I don't need it, but I'm sure some people will like it.
I mean, people are loving it, so that's a good thing. I mean, depends how things get in the future, because Rockstar has a fucking launch for some reason.
Rockstar's
happened?
what?
Rockstar has a launcher now.
Oh, well. So does
They
half
were
the
talking
game
about
companies out
you
there.
didn't miss anything, Brimstone. They were talking about Epic Games and their promises of games becoming cheaper because of smaller cuts to the developer.
Oh yeah, no, I understood that part. Yeah.
No, but Rockstar has a launcher now. But it's not really a good launcher, and it's there because how they released Red Dead.
Well, all of them are going to launchers.
Yeah.
They want you
Bungie,
behind their paywall
Ubisoft.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that. I'm gonna
I
be
do too.
honest.
But whatever.
It's their decision. They're the developer. They do what they want with their games.
I wouldn't mind if they do that, but if they did a month later it comes out to Steam or other platforms.
And they're,
Like, that's what
Yeah,
they
but
did
it still
Red
has to
Dead.
use their launcher, like,
yeah.
but
which
I
is
prefer it on
irritating,
Steam,
but-
to be honest.
Steam is just an outlet that you buy games from. You still have to use their launcher. That's why I'll just buy it straightly from them, so I don't have to worry about having two softwares opened at once.
Speaking of which, Iron Sight's on Steam again.
Oh yeah, just went out
That's
of
good.
beta.
Hell
It's
yeah.
it's free to play.
How do I
Oh, yeah,
transfer
finally.
my? Can you transfer your account there? Because I have my Ironsides account from the original.
Yeah, you can log into that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can log into it straight from the game itself once you download it. Yeah.
Damn, dude. All right,
And they fixed the localization login server issue, I guess.
I might get back into that because that was a really good game. Did you guys play it
Yeah.
or no?
Yeah, we played it. Oh yeah,
I played
dude.
a shit ton of it.
Yeah.
Me and Brim, we played together. Me and you, I remember. Holy shit.
Yeah, we no lifed it, dog. We no life that shit. Like we were up for like fucking 4 or 5 hours a time. We played that shit. It was like, whoa.
Now I'm gonna be stuck on. Speaking of games, I got Mortal Kombat 11 to play again. You know, beat it for the second time. You know, wink, wink, somebody. If you watch this video back, wink, wink. I'm gonna have it beat twice.
I thought you said you beat it like 1,000,000 times.
No, Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah.
I beat it once. I beat it on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
And me and you played the shit out of the towers. We were both comparing notes between each other. Remember that? Shao Kahn, me and you yelling on Discord at Shao Kahn.
Dude, Shao Kahn's a fucking prick, dog. Like,
I mean, he was a prick in Mortal Kombat 10 as the final boss, especially fighting him in the hardest difficulty. Fuck that.
yeah, you mean impossible mode? Like that shit was ridiculous. And that motherfucker was like, "Yo, like he like knew what you were going to do before you did it. You did the uppercut. He counted you the uppercut before
Do
you.
you,
before
do you have the Mortal Kombat Pass, Brimstone, on the Xbox for that?
I don't remember.
Because you get Harley Quinn and Joker with the pass. That's coming out. And crossplay's coming soon for crossplay's now on the PS4 and Xbox One side. They said PC later on in next
Ooh,
year.
I might have to get back into that game pretty hardcore then.
Wait, do you guys play Tekken or no? Real quick.
Yes, I'm a huge
Yes, I
Tekken
do.
nerd.
Because I was told if I want to get to a fighting game, Tekken's probably the best one right now.
Tekken is the best one.
Sorry,
Tekken
stream, I didn't mean to blow my nose hard.
if you like anime style fighters, Blaze Blue Cross is also really good.
Let's see. I play Street
Wait.
Fighter.
Do you mean Blaze Blue? I have Blaze Blue Cross.
Oh, do you? Do you have like all the characters and shit? I'll play with you.
I don't know. I have all the characters, but I think I own the game. I'm positive because I
The
remember
reason
someone
I
gifted
picked
me
up,
Blaze Blue.
The reason I picked up Mortal Kombat 11 was for a lot of people in the community have Mortal Kombat 11 on PC. So I was like, $20, $23 after taxes and everything on G2A. Yes, I say G2A.
That's fine.
I used a privacy card for that.
I
Over
mean,
using my actual credit card.
that's what I do for most of the time. So I use a prepaid card a lot of times.
So
I can't believe how crooked that fucking site is, dog. That
Yeah,
is
you have to go
I
do
know.
that because of it. Yep.
I gotta jump through hoops just to be able to use that site because if I use my regular card, they're gonna charge me like $300 for shit that I never agreed to.
Scam you, skim your card. The
They
seller.
are like scam2a.com.
Now they have PC parts and shit you can buy off their site now.
Oh fuck that.
You know who owns
Not
them,
touched
right?
now.
IGN. IGN owns them
IGN.
now.
Of course, IGN owns a scummy site. Not that shit on IGN. Actually, I do shit on IGN because they deserve it. But
Yeah,
Let's
fuck
talk
'em.
about that Ryzen refresh, huh, boys?
did we already talk about that?
We already talked.
No,
about
we
that.
talked about that in private. We didn't. I don't think we talked
No,
about
we
it on the
did.
show, did we?
Yeah, we
did.
did.
Oh, did we? Oh.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Sorry,
be great.
I'm running our conversations together.
One of our games of the decade.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
since we're coming
get
into
into that.
time.
Well,
How
mine's
we
gonna
doing
kind of
this?
be a mix of games and hardware.
Yeah, I'm not a hardware guy, so that's I only did games.
Who's going first?
Well, I think the person that came up with the idea should be able to go blue.
Yeah, do it, Blue.
Can someone else go first?
Oh my god.
Flip
No.
a
dude,
coin.
for
1,
real.
2,
Buddy.
3.
I don't
Ding,
have a
ding,
coin.
ding. Blue.
Wow, that's communist. No.
Ding, ding, ding. Shame.
Gangs.
Blue.
Gangster, can you go first? I'll go second.
Motherfucker. No, you go first,
boy.
dude.
This is ring around him.
Come on, blue, do it.
My boy Blue.
We talked about this morning. You already know what you like, dog.
Yep.
Problem is I have to pull my list out. I don't know what
My
game.
God.
Then pull your
Yeah,
fucking
boy.
list out.
He actually made a list. Let's go.
I need to remember. I like having things down to memory. Whatever.
Man, you put some dedication into it.
Right?
Of course.
That's some. Did you spend 5 days on it?
Not 5 days on it. I spent
Blue,
actually,
Destiny,
Right.
Destiny.
I mean,
I can't-
Destiny isn't on that list, but
I can't bash my boy for that because I've been playing Diablo 3 like a fucking crack fiend for like, what, 2 months now? Jesus.
Come on, Blue.
okay, fuck it, whatever. Fuck Destiny.
I was like, I'm waiting on you, Blue. Let's go, bro.
Alright. One of my games to get decade is Dishonored. Feel free to tell me I'm wrong. but you know what?
No, that's
Probably
fine.
the best stealth game ever made.
That's a good game.
best what
I will
game?
tell you that.
Best stealth game ever made. Fight me.
Oh, stealth? And no, I don't know about that. But
Sorry,
Good game.
Dishonored 1 trashes Thief. I don't even care what you say. It
Yeah.
trashes Thief.
nope.
Yes, it does.
Nope.
Oh my God, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Round one.
Alright,
Fight.
Let's do
Alright,
it.
tell me how Thief is not. Tell me how Dishonored is not better than Thief. Tell me.
I like Thief.
Oh, tell me how Dishonored is better than Thief.
I like both.
I like both
gameplay-wise,
too,
it's
but I
better.
think. Well, okay, how?
Gameplay wise, it kills it.
Like what?
Which
Examples.
Dishonored are we talking about?
There's the first one. Two is good gameplay wise, but story is trash.
Why not Metal Gear Solid 5? That's some good stuff.
Ah, jeez. No, it's.
Come on, man. Examples. You can't just say something like that and oh what that.
I think the stealth mechanics are better in Dishonored.
By the way, guys, I'm gonna have 2 lists, so just get prepared. Because
That's fine.
hardware and games kind of fit in the same.
He's
Category
Santa
for me.
Claus. He's making a list, guys.
Checking
Making it twice. Yep.
Oh yeah.
All right, so Dishonored. Keep going, Blue.
No. I repeat. What do you think Thief's better mechanic wise?
Oh my God, you get on with the list.
You never
Gotta
even
give it-
you never even answered my part of the question.
Whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll answer questions after the fact. I want to hear this list.
Obviously, Destiny, the first two, because Destiny
Okay.
is the best thing ever.
That's fine.
Deus Ex Human Revolution that came out in 2011, and it was probably one of the best games I played.
I mean,
Okay.
wait, Human Revolution or Mankind Divided?
Human Revolution never played Mankind Divided. Never playing that on an old laptop. Human Revolution.
Wait a second. I think
Human Revolution.
you've
came out
only played the
2011.
newest one.
No,
and
Human
not-
Revolution is 2011.
Human Revolution's the newest one.
No, it's not. Mankind
Sorry.
Divided is the newest one.
Is it? I
Yeah,
always
it's
get those two
Mankind
confused.
Divided.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
And
I
then
always get
there's
those two
Doom.
confused, man. Always.
I know you do. That's why I'm laughing.
Fucking
And then
terrible,
there's
man.
Doom. And then Doom 2016. The only Doom I've played, but it was pretty good.
Really? You haven't played any of the classics, like the old school 2D pixelated?
No, I never played the classic Doom. The only games I played in classic in terms of shooters was Half-Life, and I think I tried playing Quake, but I didn't like it.
Yeah, that's not for everybody.
I know I just angered everyone by saying Quake is not my type, but whatever.
Eh, it is what it is. Quake was
That
never
doesn't-
my game either. I was always more for Counter Strike. So
And then,
yeah.
And then there's
Or Unreal
Titanfall
Tournament.
2.
Titanfall 2.
Titanfall
Good
2.
choice.
Amazing story, but yeah. And then The Witcher. That's on everyone's list probably. If not, you're stupid. But
Well, I think he's gonna
Oh,
find my
shit.
list interesting then.
I'm joking, Rev. Don't take it personal. And then there's Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2. The first two Black Ops games. And then GTA 5, Skyrim, and Minecraft. Done.
Okay, that's fair.
Interesting list. Yeah. Yeah, good games.
I
How many
call
games
last-
is
That was 10. I was 10. Don't worry. I wanted to do more games, but I couldn't.
that?
Because I do
Okay.
honorable mentions.
Yeah,
I
we'll
would
do
say Beat
honorable
Saber.
mentions. We'll do honorable mentions, but
I'll do mine real quick. I think Beat Saber is probably my favorite rhythm game ever. Ever.
Okay, so okay, so mine, I'll do mine fast because like I already know what I like. So, and they're not gonna be in any particular order except for the last one. Favorite rhythm game of all time, DJ Hero. Fucking
How so?
amazing. DJ Hero was so unique. I played so much of World
I
Tour
agree
when
with
it
that.
came out. And playing the guitar, it was fun. It was addicting. I got hooked on it. But when DJ Hero came out, it sort of like reinvented the wheel, and it did a really good job. And you could mix any songs you wanted, any of the tracks that you got, you could put them together and play and get the highest scores of that song or whatever. It was awesome. I loved it. Love that game. All right, so DJ Hero, and you said best stealth game, and the only thing I could think of that was a really good stealth game was Metal Gear Solid 5. Like that
I never
game.
played it, so I only played
That
4,
game
so this is
is
interesting.
fucking beautiful. You should play it. It is awesome. Deus Ex: Human Revolution. Let's see.
I always played Deus Ex like it was a cop game, even though it wasn't really.
Well,
I
kind
would
of
say
what you
Deus
were a
Ex.
cop.
I would say Deus Ex as a series.
I didn't know there was
I don't wanna-
categories to the list, so my bad.
No,
I
there's
mean-
not
Oh,
really.
it's all
No,
good.
there's
Yeah,
not really.
we're just doing our own thing. It's all good.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
mine just all in a splat.
But I got you though. Yeah,
That-
the whole Deus Ex series, except for maybe 2.
When did Bastion get released? Because I would have thrown that.
Oh,
on
I think that was after 2010.
Yeah, Bastion is an
2010 is the limit
amazing
here.
anime 2D game. Awesome.
And is it on Steam or no?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's on Steam, it's on Xbox, it's on everything.
I might give that a try.
Dead
if
Cells.
you recommend it.
Dead
Oh.
Cells.
Yeah,
is
Dead
an
Cells.
amazing
Yeah.
game.
Dude, I
Fucking
wish I put
loved
that
it.
on. I wish I put that on my list. Dead Cells, dude. It's such a
Elder
good
Scrolls
game.
Online, Final Fantasy XIV Reborn as the best and most approved game of the decade.
Wait,
and then-
is
What?
Final Fantasy 14 an expansion or is it a game?
No,
it's
it's
an
a game.
MMO.
Oh, it's an MMO.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Tism, I
it's
thought you were
Final
talking about
Fantasy
14.
Okay.
Alright.
My ninth would be because of the kind of I'm an addict to these games is Warframe. Also, one of the most improved overall in a decade.
Sure.
Has the most DLC free content of any MMO on the market today. All right.
Factually,
then-
correct.
And then my last one is the one I'm playing right now. Diablo 3, baby. That's where it's at. Fucking hooked. I got like the Diablo 3 A's going on. I can't get rid of this shit. It's just sticking to my bones.
Wow, no Call of Duty on that list.
No Call of Duty on that list. That's right.
How come? Just curious. I picked Black Ops 1 and 2 because I think those two are probably the best Call of Duties.
Okay, fine. Honorable mention, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
That wasn't this
Then
decade.
that came out.
Yeah.
That's my honorable mention. And one more honorable mention would be the Torchlight series, 1 and 2.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
I'll let Gangster go next. It'll be last.
Oh,
my list
shit.
is pretty fucking long.
All right. All right.
That's
So
Yes,
in no
let's see.
particular order, Witcher 3. I have to. Fucking amazing
Amen, brother.
game, amazing story, amazing graphics. Yeah, just a downright beautiful game. Singularity just barely made it. It was released in 2010, so I got to put that on there because it's just one of my favorite stories of all time in a video game. Fucking trippy as shit, man. Warframe, I got that on there. I love Warframe. You know, it's great to just pick up and play anytime. There's always something to do. And it's just so fun sliding around and throwing ninja stars at fucking dudes. Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Doom 2016, Dota 2. That's probably the one game. Oh man, I don't know. Except for maybe World of Warcraft or old school's Counter-Strike, because I don't know how many hours I've put into those games, but there might be more. But as far as all the Steam games go that are out now, that's definitely the game that has the highest hour count for me. I think it's like 2,200 hours or something like that.
yeah.
Titanfall 2, just one of the best shooters ever made, both story and multiplayer.
I would agree with that, especially when it comes to level design in Titanfall 2. I think Titanfall 2 had some of the best levels.
Metro 2033, fucking again another one of my favorite stories of all time, and I love that game. It's so fun. The survival horror aspect, the scavenger type aspect, and all that kind of shit. Yeah, it's just a well-designed game. Killing Floor 2, playing right now. Just good old-fashioned fun, well-designed. Another one of those you can just pick up and play like anytime. And Fallout 4.
Not bad.
It was a pretty good list.
Not bad at all.
Your turn, RevTech.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna start with number one. I'm gonna say Mass Effect 2 on that one.
Oh, I forgot that it came out this
Yeah.
decade.
Mass Effect 2 came out. Played tons of hours of it. Great story. I would say Bad Company 2 right behind it.
Oh yeah, all right.
Bad Company 2, like literally blew my mind how good it was. Dedicated servers. Another game that I played a shit ton of was Alan Wake. Alan Wake would be one of those games in 2010 that I played a shit ton of. Love the story. I love what it became. You know, we got Quantum Break out of it. Loved it. The story was great. I love story games. So the next one right behind that would be Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain, I played all 4 times on the PS3, and it had a beginning, middle, and end, and I loved every second of it. Next one would probably be Gears of War 3, because that finished out the series in 2010. That literally finished the whole entire series out for me of the original series of that. I'm kind of gonna go into Call of Duty, not Call of Duty. I'm gonna go into these next 2 will probably be, what am I at? 5. This will be 4 and 5. 4 and 5 would probably be DJ Hero, because DJ Hero 2 blew my mind, because you had this big turntable thing, and it was different than what Rock Band and Guitar Hero was doing. And I'm disappointed they didn't continue it, but I went Brimstone on it. It was revolutionary for what it was.
Yeah.
Did it get canceled?
It got canceled eventually. They were going to do a number 3, but like I said, it was at that high point.
We got shafted on that one, yeah.
It was when music games were coming out all at once, and there was too many games at once. I would say Rock Band 2 to a certain extent back then. Rock Band, I think it was Rock Band 2, Rock Band 3, I think it was. That was revolutionary. Same with Guitar Hero World Tour at that moment. Those are kind of all combined as a music genre. I would have to go with Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Oh, I forgot those games came out. Oh my god,
that was another game that I played a shit ton of back in the day. Another game, probably, what is this, 6, 7? I would say Splinter Cell Conviction, right behind it. It was a great game, right behind it. It was ahead of its time. 2 players you could play with. I think I played with a lot of friends back in the Geek Essentials days. That game. It was frustrating, especially playing on difficult. You had to do a lot of stealthing. I thought that game should have been honored as a good stealth game, because you had to stealth it or you got your ass rocked. I would honestly say right behind it, Mafia 2. Mafia 2 was another good game. It had a great story, beginning, middle, and end. It was one of those games that I put hours of time into. And really it's hard, but I would have to say back then, sports game wise, I would probably say NBA Live. NBA Live 2010 caught my interest hard, because it was a really good year for sports games in general.
My brothers love that game, NBA Live.
And then I would say, real quick, mentions. I would say Lollipop Chainsaw would be in there, because I did play the hell out of that.
That was a great game.
I was shocked they didn't continue it. Now, hardware-wise, not really in the list. I would say the back then GTX 550 Ti. I had 2 of them. Greatest card that I had back then. 7950 would be another one. What else? The 1090T Phenom. One of the best processors I've ever owned in my life. That shit, still to this day, still rocks and does what it needs to do. A friend of mine owns that. I passed the torch down to somebody else and got that awesome Phenom. That's when AMD was in their pinnacle, until I got the i5 2500K. That was my other processor in that lineup. And then real quick out of all that, I would say the other big tech product I've ever owned in my life was the iPod Nano, 5th generation. One of the best MP3 players I ever owned in my life. Did everything I wanted to. And battery life was fantastic, and they came in multi different colors. But that is my electronics list. For
the decade.
That's for the decade.
I mean, I agree. All your lists were great, and it's kind of crazy because a lot of the games you guys named or the games that I never got into, or they escaped me. Like when you named Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, that escaped me, and I remember I used to love that game, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
I played that online, and I could have put in there as well Halo 3 ODST. The
Sure.
reason why that is because I played with friends. Most of these games that I played were on 360. We got into Xbox Live parties, shoot the shit, and we played Brotherhood for hours. Brotherhood, we didn't care about the story when we played multiplayer. It was more getting into the Bay of Hay and, stealthing and killing people.
I remember Assassin's Creed Brotherhood's multiplayer, where like you'd have when you're like hiding, trying to hide from assassins. It was kind of crazy. 'Cause I had a moment where I literally was like I was in a park bench just sitting down, and I was right next to the guy who was trying to assassinate me, but he couldn't find me. It was like probably one of those craziest moments I've had.
Stardew
like,
Valley would be mine. And
Oh, that's one of mine I should have mentioned because I played that shit out of that.
I played
That's a great game.
Minecraft. I played Minecraft, but I can't put it as game of the decade because I didn't play enough of it.
Oh,
And I would
Minecraft was-
put one consider mention I would have put in that list would be Rust. But the reason I didn't, because that game's like to this day is still broken. I didn't put it in my top of the decade because it's like not really not everybody's cup of tea. And some other music games I didn't put in there was karaoke by Konami. I didn't put that there, and I didn't put Michael Jackson's Experience behind that because I did own a Kinect, and that was a really fun game. I think it came out right after Michael Jackson passed away.
I got another interesting question. What do you guys think about technology of the decade? Like, what big technology jump have we made in the decade that you think is something you should highlight?
We went from 4 cores to 8 cores. That was kind of the big turning point. Watching the paradigm shift right now with AMD and Intel, that's I never thought
Yeah.
that would happen. I always thought Intel was going to stay at its peak
Steamroll 'em.
and steamroll, and
Yeah.
then they slipped up in 2017. They laughed at their competition. I remember when Lisa Su came on stage and said, "We're doing something uniquely different. We're going from FX to this." And I remember Intel making articles mocking AMD, saying we've already been able to do that, and they underestimated AMD. They just literally underestimated, and this is why AMD is king now. Now,
And
which
that's when Intel's back to the drawing board.
well, yes and no. Intel needs to in the next couple of years, they really need to focus on what technology they're going to work on and be really good at it. Like, be
I'll
really
right
good
back.
at it. What AMD has done in the last Brimstone, was it 3 years, 4 years now?
Yep.
Giving you more cores, more threads for the bang for your buck. In comparison to Intel, where they give you less cores and less threads, and they charge up the ass because they think people will just go by name. And that's true in a lot of places, like in the office industry and things like that. They're not buying Ryzens. They're buying Intel because they know what just works. And that's what's happening. Like if I go ask like an office place, hey, since I do computer work time to time, hey, do you want this Ryzen that's faster? They don't care. They just want the speed. They just want whatever works. And they usually go Intel. That's why Intel still is a big thing in the office space.
Could that change anytime soon or no?
Yeah, it could. I mean, you're seeing it on the server side. A lot of people are going to Epic CPUs now. I mean, Dell's kind of questioning their relationship with AMD, but I think they'll get that, worked out. But AMD is starting to get a full hold in the server market where Intel was dominating for the longest.
Yeah, Arrow.
So that's changing.
I was actually just going to mention cell phones. The change in cell phones from 2010 to 2020, basically. Was ludicrous, and not even just because it wasn't anything revolutionary. Because smartphones, I think, had already been out before 2010, weren't they? Wasn't the first one like 2008 or 2009, something like that?
2007.
But
the iPhone was the original.
Sure. So, but like the revolution in cost and everything, because now, dude, cell phones are at the point where homeless people can afford them. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody has a smartphone now. You
Well,
know,
if you really want to
whereas
go, if you really want to go back there, gangster, like back in the day, we went from touch capacitive displays with pins
yep,
to actually what was revolutionary was Apple kind of took whatever they had and they just put it as a touch capacitive, your fingers. And that took they started developing in 2004. Took them 4 years, or no, it took them 3 years. And companies that we remember, BlackBerry, they thought, we're still in a touch capacitive world with pencils and shit. They didn't realize, they underestimated that people wanted touchscreens. And that's why they kind of failed, and they tried to copy Apple for a while there, and they went out of business. I mean, if you really think in this decade, we lost a lot of companies, really good phone manufacturers, from, not getting with the times.
By the way, I'm old enough to remember BlackBerry. By the way, so don't think it's like that old. BlackBerry or
Which BlackBerry did you own?
I didn't own a BlackBerry, but I remember BlackBerry, and I remember people had BlackBerry phones. I was not
Bla-
have a phone at the time, so
BlackBerry was the Apple of phones from 1997 all the way up until 2000, and I would say 9. BlackBerry was dominating, and then they started losing
it's true.
market share because they weren't competing anymore with Apple was the company. Then Google kind of came out of nowhere
and
with
crushed it.
what was it? I think it was what was it? It was their first Android um and Cupcake, I
I
think
thought it
it
was just
was.
called the operating system.
the
Yeah, yeah.
the operating system when they came out with that, and you saw, I had one, it was called the oh god, G1. When the G1 came out, it was their answer to the iPhone, because I had both, because we moved carriers right after Singular got bought out by AT&T, and my mom didn't like the fact of it, so we went over here, paid the early termination fee. No, we didn't pay early termination fees, because back then you just bought your phones outright, and that was it. And then you can move whatever carrier. And that has changed in our time. In the last decade, we pay for phones, we finance them now. Compared to back then, 2010, 2009, we just bought phones outright. And then you just got on whatever contract you choose to. It was like an a la carte system. Not no more. Everybody finances, and you're kind of stuck to the financing of how many months you're on that.
Yeah,
Data
So,
plans
that's
and
why I like
plan.
Metro.
system.
I don't deal with that shit.
I mean, that's a good point though. About like the tech, like what was the very first smartphone that came out that really changed the game?
The Android.
The
Oh,
iPhone, the
excuse me.
first
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
iPhone.
iPhone.
Compare the original. When did the original iPhone come out?
2007, 2007.
2007. Now compare it to 2007 or even phones from 2010 to what we have now. The gap is huge in terms of like how much technology has progressed and changed.
Yes and no. I mean, yes and no. I mean, some people still to this day prefer a small phone. I mean, we're getting to the point to where phones are now going to be 7 inches, 7 inches, and
Fuck that.
you got tablets coming 12 inches now, and I mean, a lot of people want to go back to small phones. Look at the iPhone SE right now. The iPhone SE is still selling like hotcakes because people want a smaller phone.
I mean, yeah, and there'll be multiple phone markets. People who want the big phones will get the big phones, and people who want small phones will still get the small phones. But I'm talking about like technology wise on the phones. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Nothing much has really changed.
Yeah,
We
it's
went
all
from
minor
single.
stuff.
It's all minor stuff as of the last
You
decade.
know, the
I mean,
antenna, the cell antenna, they've been upgrading that, and the screens have been getting a little better. More RAM, obviously, and bigger, better processors. But the basic tech hasn't changed since the iPhone, really.
no. I mean, we went from TFT displays to OLED displays.
Yeah, OLEDs.
I remember when phones were 720p only.
Or
Yeah,
And
that's
a lot of them have added fingerprint scanners, and shit like that. But
I
I mean,
remember
that's not a
when
huge change.
Apple was using they literally took a Samsung part out of what the original iPhone was originally about. It was never really their own CPUs they used. Like now we have the A12 chip, 13, whatever. It was originally all Samsung. They took from a Blu-ray player the chip off of that Blu-ray player, they put it in the original iPhone. And the original iPhone, they were so worried about when they went on stage that it would just crash and be broken. At the last minute, they rushed out software to make it work right. The iPhone was supposed to be delayed another year, but they pushed it anyway. And it had no app store, no nothing. Like, App Store came in 2010 to both platforms, to Android and to, or 2009. That's when both of them got app stores. We didn't have apps at first on smartphones. And Apple didn't have the copy and paste feature either. On the original, on their first two iPhones, the iPhone original and the iPhone 2G, the second gen, they didn't have that. It took them until iPhone 3G. You know, it was one of the big things that sold Android to people was the fact that what iPhone can't is what Android can do. And Android was so universal, you could have, you know, flip out keyboards and, you know, now that's become less and less. We don't have that anymore. We don't have Droid phones anymore that pulls out a keyboard, and I miss those days.
I mean, but here's the thing: just people are making new flip phones though with this modern technology.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
that Razer flip phone, I don't know about that, man.
Obviously
that Razer
not-
flip phone is sold out everywhere. That was one thing I saw in the news. They sold out everywhere where supplies are now delayed because so many people jumped up and pre-ordered them.
Yeah, I get. You may say it was expensive. I don't know, but people wanted it, and guess what? They bought it. And more companies will probably do that as well. Not as make it the standard, obviously. That will never
Well,
go that as-
foldables have become a thing now. We're going to see different foldables in different varieties. We're not just going to see it in like a tablet kind of deal. We're going to see it, with phones, kind of going that way because most people want a compact design where it's not too big and not too small. They want it in the middle. So this gives everybody that middle ground.
what they want.
What they want, but the problem is with foldables, with the technology right now in place, you can't add a screen protector to it.
Yep.
You can't wipe it a certain way. If you wipe it a certain way, you take the coating off the phone altogether off that screen, so scratching can happen easily. There's a lot of things that are wrong with it, but people are loving it.
Well, if you got the money,
I mean,
this is the thing, right? This is how it always happens. The first generation of something like that, it's only rich people who get it because they can, if something happens to it, they don't give a shit.
Or they'll finance it,
Yeah, or even if it's $1,200, it's like, okay, whatever. My car is $150,000, so whatever. But hopefully they'll be able to perfect that screen technology. Well, that's the thing. Eventually, it's what happened with cell phones. Now you can get a cell phone for $20 and it's 90% of what the newest Samsung S8 is.
Now, what you could do, what happened in our life, what happened in the last decade is now if you want a big boy phone, you want a $1,200 phone, you could just finance it.
Sure.
And then over that amount of time, you're locked into a virtual, 24-month payment plan, which is a 2-year contract technically. But by that time, you're probably so satisfied with the phone, it doesn't matter. Those payments, become less and less and less, or you can pay, over time in like spurts. I mean, a lot of companies are going that way. Look at the Xbox. For instance, they're going that way with the Xbox All Access, where you could buy one console, pay it over time, and then, keep upgrading as you go. So, I mean, from 10 years ago to now, I mean,
that's a lot of people to get all this technology now that they can finance it over.
Yeah.
Instead of paying all at once.
Well, the Razer it's a nostalgia piece. I want one, but not for $1,200. I would want one because it's a nostalgia thing. I had the original Razer flip phone.
I did too.
And I would want it for the nostalgia reason, just to go down memory lane, but not for $1,200. And it's a Verizon exclusive thing. So to that.
Yeah, but if this becomes popular, which you said sold out everywhere, right? The Razer phone?
It's sold out in most Verizon places. Yeah, Verizon, even on their website, they showed a picture. They're not even... Motorola permanently delayed it until they get the supply because so many people rush the site to get it for Verizon.
As you can see, it's clearly... There's a demand for it, and people want it. And it'll get... Over time, over time, it'll come to people who want it cheaper and will get it cheaper over time. Like all things.
Well, what's going to happen is the flip that foldable screen technology will become cheaper to produce, and they'll see more manufacturers producing cheaper versions of those kind of phones.
Yep.
And that's what happens with anything.
Usually
Usually.
Sometimes there's intractable problems, and I could maybe see that happening in the case of the foldable screen. But most often, we find way cheaper ways to do way better and cheaper ways to do things, and we can. There will in a few years be a foldable phone that's only a couple $100 and it lasts a long time and all that.
And you'll be able to put a screen protector on and protect yourself. I mean, take a look look at it 10 years ago. I mean, the PS Vita came out. It's 11 years old. They're talking about it. It's 11 years old. And it's still rocking to this day. Like, loads of people still have a PS Vita in 10, thinking about
I
it.
still use mine.
And Sony, I think Sony might go back to that market though. They might.
Well, yeah, they're saying they're not going to, but there's already schematics out on the internet showing a PS5 portable. I mean, why not? Why not they join in on that? I mean,
they see that Nintendo is making money off it hand or fist, so that's why
right. And Sony could do one better than Nintendo. They could put better processors in it, sell it for a little bit more. People would be happy, and plus we're getting into the new age where remote play is becoming a thing. So like you could buy the PS5 and then have that, sitting off to the side, and you could be sitting in your bed and doing remote play off to the side. It's becoming a thing.
Because I already have a PC, but the idea that I could play PS5 games mobile and play them on the go, to me that's a solid pitch in terms of a purchase. That's a solid pitch. I think that's where technology that this next decade will go to, making gaming more, or technology more, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Who knows?
I got one thing I might say that I'm sort of high about this decade. It's related to gaming. I think the graphics change of games compared to 2010 to now, I think it's quite amazing. Like the changes, like every technology increase of graphical quality in games just from 2010 to now.
I would say like my technology of the decade would have to be everything that has made the upgrading process nice. Like, for instance, you never had an SSD, and you have an updated motherboard, the M.2, right? That was just a step above what you could imagine you could achieve with right speeds. Optane being created is an awesome thing. I mean, it's just a great idea to be able to subsidize your hard drive space for RAM. Like, that's fucking dope. Who doesn't? Who wouldn't want that? You know what I mean?
As a cashy thing, yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, also
USB Type C. Shit, that is fucking awesome. USB Type C. Fuck yeah, dude! Give me USB Type C on everything. I'm good. I mean, stuff like that is like my technology. Because, like, yeah, we can talk about the phones. As Rev knows, I've owned almost all the flagships. Not worth. Complete fucking ripoffs. I would be with on this one. If you don't have the money, something that's like $90 or $100 for something that's about 90% of what the flagship is for a way less amount of money.
Let's talk about TV technology. That blew my mind. How quickly
QLED, baby. QLED, not OLED. QLED.
We went from I remember when Battlefield 4 came out, and I remember 4K TV being talked about, and I remember like companies like SeaKey and this third-party company coming out with like 4K TVs at 30 FPS, and I was like, that was revolutionary to me. Now thinking about it, we're at HDR 10 and all that shit. I never thought that we would go higher than 60, and here we are in 2019, almost 2020, and we're going to 360 hertz per second. On monitors.
I can agree with that, definitely.
And streaming hasn't changed in 10 years. Really, streaming hasn't changed in 10 years.
Just the requirements.
Just the requirements. And we got affiliated. We got affiliates now on most of these companies now. We got D-Live that, there's a flavor for everybody. Like, for instance, now we got, Bitcoin mine. Bitcoin. That was not a thing 10 years ago. Now it's a thing.
Well, it was on the cusp of being a thing 10 years ago. It was also known as dirty money. Like if you knew what Bitcoin was at that time, there was a pretty good chance you were around the wrong.
There was all, and also too, we didn't have the luxury of the streaming services.
Right.
Now
Now
we
we
do. It was small. It was a niche thing. Like now we got xCloud. We had something called OnLive back in the day. Back in those times, OnLive was revolutionary. Like, oh my god, all my games are there, and it just works. And then they fell apart. Then we had the Ouya back in the day,
Yeah.
game wise. That thought we all thought people thought that was going to be revolutionary, and that flopped.
It's true. Very true.
I knew that
And
shit
then
was
we
gonna
got
fail.
this. Then we got the Shield console. And then that transformed into what we now know. What that idea was transformed into, we all thought, oh, Nintendo should do something like that. And then we got the Switch out of it.
True.
Which that's a positive. I'll say that.
And
I
also,
guess.
in this decade, we lost. I'll say this, and I know this sounds sad, but I lost some friends online in this decade. Some
True
good
dat.
people in this decade alone, either from some type of
What's up,
sickness.
Dungy?
What's up, Don?
I mean, we lost a lot of people this decade.
Yep, and that's not even including famous people,
And yet Betty White's
Yeah.
still fucking hanging her old ass on.
right? So, in 10 years, a lot of things have changed. I mean, the internet, the way internet's now accessed. It was, net neutrality happened again, and then it didn't happen again, and we're still fighting that to this day. Oh, and routers. Like, routers. I remember when they were small pieces of shit. Now they're
Now there's
hovercrafts
gaming
now on your
ones.
desk.
Yeah.
They're big, huge hovercraft. Like, it takes up half of your fucking desk. I remember when cases were like metal and they didn't come with RGB, and you were afraid to build in them because they would cut your hand open. And liquid cooling was an afterthought.
now
AIOs,
building
man.
PCs. Now building PCs is like imagine like building a PC 10 years ago to now, like how easy it is now compared to 10 years ago.
True.
It
Yeah.
was kind of the same as it now, but now it's more of there's more complex stuff that goes on. Like, for instance, what kind of RGB lighting you want, what kind of fans you're looking at getting. Do you want to liquid cool your whole system?
Yeah.
Someone's having a jam
Yeah, who's
session,
hollering?
man.
Oh, me and Mike, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good. I was just
Go
saying
fuck.
somebody's getting their
What's,
jam
what's the,
session.
where the party at?
Who's supplying? Who's supplying? I don't know. I've also met a lot of wonderful people in the decade too, that I'm still friends to this day with.
Like me.
Yeah. And I met Brem
Yeah.
and Shane and
I'm
Rambo.
joking, by the way.
Yep.
Everybody at
Speaking
Game
of
Talk.
that, I remember when Geek Essentials got started in the last decade. 2012.
I mean, YouTube just in general, man. YouTube blew the fuck up this decade.
It's true.
I mean, before
Very
2010, Jesus, man. What did you
Remember the
watch on
Hangover
YouTube besides
decade.
cats?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kitten videos all day, bro.
Oh no, I was watching the Crumb side. I was watching the
Very
Crumb side of
true.
YouTube to see what stupidity was going on.
I
Here's the
remember
thing,
Kinda
back in
nonsense.
2010,
Here's
you
when it
could still
comes-
watch anime on YouTube. They'd have that
Yep.
shit split up 3 parts per episode, 10 minutes each. I used to watch the
I
shit
remember
out of
getting
that, man.
full-fledged movies.
Yep.
I
Now
would argue-
speaking of some news, going on to that, did you hear about Twitch and what happened? They're getting sued by a
Oh, yeah,
Russian
yeah.
company for
Right.
110 billion, something like that. They're going for the jugular. They want
For
that
stealing
shit
their
shut
content
down.
or something.
For hosting the Premier League illegal
right.
streams.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like it was like a Russian Federation versus somebody, and Twitch is now working out a resolution or a settlement. And now it begs the question: is Twitch going to go the way of YouTube? Ask the question.
Man.
I think the age of making money off YouTube with ads is over though. I said age, even though it's whatever.
Well, what this whole YouTube thing is, you got to adapt. Me and you have talked about this, Blue. Like, people just
Oh,
need
yeah,
to fucking adapt at this point.
Well, you're
Like,
gonna
if you
have
don't
to.
have it, if you don't have a website with a subscription base, or you don't have a Patreon, you know, if you're relying all on YouTube, then you need to have other things in place. You need to have insurance policies in place.
Yeah, they fucked that
I mean,
up.
aren't a lot of content creators are moving to certain platforms and uploading their videos?
Storyfire, BitChute, Daily Motion is growing as of late. I mean, people are kind of sinking. The YouTube's kind of in a world of hurt, sinking ship, but it's actually not in a way either, because YouTube's been signing big names. So has Facebook. Facebook's been gobbling up big names. They just been going on Twitch and finding these, you know, middle of the road streamers that have a couple thousand, and they're just like, hey, you want a
Want to come to
contract?
Facebook?
You want to come to Facebook? Here's some money. Like, I heard in an average day, in an average day, Facebook streamer that just got signed off of Twitch is making literally $5,000 a day just
That's
by
some good-ass
streaming to
money.
it.
Some good money.
I mean, that's the way to build your platform. Go find some, you know, some middle of the road streamers, offer them up contracts. That's how you build your platform.
Right?
And look at D Live. Yeah, I know D Live recently just upped their requirements for affiliate, but even then, their website's going to be booming, and it's starting to happen. I'm loving the fact that we have different options now.
I mean, look at on D Live. We have three massive YouTubers only stream on D Live. Just player, and who's the third one?
PewDiePie, Markiplier.
Was it Jacksepticeye guy? That
I
the
think
Irish
so.
guy? or-
Jacksepticeye, yeah.
They all stream on D Live because they like the platform. They're not
Well,
like
they've
married
made
to
their
it.
money. See, here's the thing: they've made their money on YouTube, though. They've made millions just off the YouTube platform, so they can go make a side site or whatever and put a subscription on it per month, and people would buy into it. If you're a fan of, you know, we talked
PewDiePie.
about this. We talked about this with the I think we used as an example was Rich, right? Review Tech, right? Yeah, you know, they're gonna category YouTube. If you're gonna probably lose 20% of your viewer base and a little bit of your money, right? Thing is, you know, they have insurance policies. People need to be smarter. If you're into the business of making money online, then you need to have your insurance policies.
Yeah,
Sitting.
like for example, PewDiePie can easily, like if he needs to make, like if PewDiePie like wants to get off, PewDiePie can guarantee like can make his own website and have like millions of dollars, and not millions of dollars, like millions of people come to that website just to watch him because he's got a
Yeah, that's
massive
not even
audience.
including the ads on the website either.
Yeah, and YouTube's being janky with ads. It's easier to control, and you make more money if ads are on the site. Or like, let's say, if, like I don't know, PewDiePie, Markiplier, and all those like YouTubers in their category just go on their own site or from their own platform, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like that's gonna happen more. Like people are just gonna go to their own platforms than like stay on YouTube or still make content for it, but
Yeah.
they'll be like transitioning.
Well, YouTube is dying in a little bit of a way, but it's not dying completely. It's just that
YouTube is dead, guys.
Google can't automate everything. That's the thing, and that's why they're relying on other sources to do it for them. If they were doing that, they would pay out millions. That they're not making anything off this platform.
It's because they're stuck between a rock and a hard place because they don't want because advertisers complain to a degree because they don't want their videos appearing in certain things. But
Right.
it's like it's hard for them to control that even with AI as we see it. Like it's
Well,
hard
that's
for them
what
to control
happened with
that.
VidMe. VidMe died because of, and that's another thing in the decade we could talk about. VidMe was supposed to be the answer to YouTube, and they didn't want to bring ads into it. But the one thing that I give BitChute credit is they want donations to the site to keep it going. And VidMe didn't. And that's why VidMe died.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to make money
it's-
somehow. That's the thing.
And they didn't want to bring ad
Google can
revenue.
see YouTube. They can afford not to make money with YouTube because Google makes so much more money elsewhere. So it's not a big
Google's
deal.
more money than God at this point. So
But if your only thing is that, you know, for BitChute or VidMe or any of those, your only thing is that one site. It's like, well, then you got to make money with that site. Otherwise,
you're
I mean,
screwed.
yeah, it takes money to build servers and have storage and shit. Like that shit takes money.
They're
you
taking
know,
petabyte or petabytes.
Petabyte.
Of data.
Petabyte.
Yep.
Yeah, petabytes of data. Yeah. Per day.
which is going to be a standard soon.
Yep.
Can't wait. That
You guys
means
wanna wrap
every
up
single
the-
Steam game I have, I'll.
You guys want to wrap up the show?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
we
we're getting
can.
up on 2 hours, so.
Oh yeah, let's change it so it's easier for the up.
Uh,
Let's talk about more in overtime though. It's interesting to talk about. So I don't know. It's up to you guys. Obviously, I
Yeah,
don't
we
care
can
either
do
way.
more.
But
We can do more in over. That's fine.
I'm gonna get up then.
all right, everybody. We'll see you in just a little bit for overtime. But thanks for watching, and we'll do it again next week. Peace.